So hello everyone. Good afternoon and good evening to the ones from India. I welcome you all on behalf of Dr. D.Y. Patil University. And today we are back with yet another interesting session by IQAC, DPU Management Brainwave. Kulja Simpson, Unlock the Power of Mind. The author, Stephen Richards, had once said, our way of thinking creates, thinking creates good and bad outcomes. With this thought, I'd like to welcome Dr. Safia Farooqui, the Director of Center for Online Learning, to give the welcome note.
Very good evening to all of you, and a warm welcome to each one of you present today. It's a moment of extreme pleasure to welcome you all. On the behalf of Dr. D.Y. Patil University Center for Online Learning, I welcome our esteemed speaker, Mr. Prantik, and thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation and coming over the webinar in such a short notice. I guarantee all of us, all the participants, that the conference will be productive and worth your precious time. Without any further delay, I would like to request Dr. Yogesh to give the short brief of Mr. Pratik so that we can start the webinar and listen to him.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Today, we are fortunate to have Mr. Prantik Panigri for delivering this webinar. Mr. Prantik Panigri is the NLP practitioner. He's a life coach, business coach, and a parenting coach. He has completed his Bachelor of Computer Science from University of Pune. Being a completely people's person and an avid reader of spiritual and self-help books, he decided to pursue a career in training where he could effectively impact his knowledge. His other credential includes Certified Aura Reader and Healer. He is also credentialed with Certified Chakra Reader and Healer. He is also credentialed with the Licensed Access Bar Practitioners and Pranic Healer. He also underwent several trainings from reputed institutes like NIS Sparta, Mumbai, Heart Inspired USA, Holistic Living Center, Feeling Minds ISRA, Max New York Life Insurance Company. He has to his credit many prestigious awards as a training manager for Max New York Life for insurance sector. He has been counseling and coaching many participants right from students to CEOs of the different organizations. His major work for 64 plus organizations has resulted in stupendous increase in sales, managing differences for better teamwork and help them grow better as an individual. He has delivered multiple sessions at corporate, and today he's amongst us to deliver a transformational session, Kulja Simpson, Unlock the Power of Mind. So I heartily welcome Mr. Prantik Panigri to deliver this session. Sir, please welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us here. Thank you so much. Good evening, all. So if you're all ready, then put in the chat box ready so that we can start off. Be ready with a pen and diary also. So put in the chat box. Great. Okay, fantastic. Okay, welcome. Great. So how the program is going to be run? Okay. I'll be starting up the presentation. I will be asking a lot of questions. Few questions I would ask you to write the answer in the chat box. My team member Rupa, my managing partner from my team, Rupa, she will be reading out the answers that you'll be writing in the chat box.
Yes.
One request, do not address any question or any answer directly to me. I will not be able to read the chats, and I may not be able to give respect to the question that you have asked. So put the question or the answer in the chat box addressed to everyone. So in that way, we can all read the answer. Secondly, there would be some questions where I will ask someone to unmute and then speak up and then go back to mute. So just make sure that if you are not speaking, be on mute, be aware of that part so that it does not disturb others. And we'll have a lot of fun. Lewis, you'll have to log out and log in again if you're not able to hear. Okay, so that's the thing. This program is called as Kulja Simpson. In Hindi language, the title has been given as Kulja Simpson. However, the English word for that is Open Sesame. This name was basically derived from the story Aladdin, Ali Baba and 40 Thieves. It was Arabian Night story. So the name Khulja Sim Sim was the Indian version of Open Sesame. So the name has been derived from there. When I was designing this workshop, I wanted to give a name. I thought, what name can I give it? Then I realized Khulja Sim Sim was the first password ever used on this earth. It was the first password. It was the first password ever used to open something and to use the treasure inside it. So the story, if anybody does not know the Ali Baba and 40 Thieves story, there were 40 thieves who used to loot the villagers, get all the treasure from them, and hide in a cave. The cave was locked with this heavy rock. The only way to move this rock was use the password Khulja Sim Sim. In English, it was Open Sesame. So it was used that way, and this rock used to move. The dacoit, the thieves used to go inside, keep the treasure, and live there for next night. Then next night they used to come out using the same password, loot, come back, use the same password to unlock, and then get inside. So this is how the story was. So Khulja Sim Sim was the first password. And this workshop also is being blocked by this rock. And the only way this rock is going to move if we use this word, this password, Khulja Sim Sim. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, and 3, you all have to unmute, speak those 3 words, Khulja Sim Sim. Then you will see magic thing happening. And once you have said those 3 words, Khulja Sim Sim, you have to mute back. Okay, on the count of 3, be ready, be ready. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Great, thank you. Mute back. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, great. Thank you, thank you. Now mute back, Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So this rock has moved, and this rock, once it has moved, it is showing you some treasure. Now here, the treasure is a metaphor. The treasure here represents the treasure of potentiality, the treasure of the mind, the potential that your mind carries. And if you can unlock that treasure of your mind, unlock the treasure of your potentiality, you will be gifted with all these riches that you can see in this cave. So this entire workshop, entire philosophy of Khulja Sim Sim is a metaphor. Okay, and today we are going to learn something very, very interesting, something very powerful about ourselves, about our mind, about our potentiality. So as Dr. Yogesh introduced me, I would also like to add up one thing that I was also awarded with this award, Indian Achievers Award, for my contribution in organizational development. The reason I'm sharing it right now is because my work has been always about development of people. When the people developed, the organization developed. So here, all the participants here, there are more than 190 participants here right now. So all the participants here are very, very important for me because my goal is to create an impact in all your life. Okay, be ready with that. So a lot of things to write. There's first question that is coming up. Please take a pen and diary. Be ready to draw something. We are going to draw something. Okay, and Rupa will be reading out. I will not be able to see. So Rupa, you have to see whether they're drawing or not.
Yes.
So let's start with the first thing. Please draw an apple. Once you've drawn the apple, put in the chat box drawn, or you can show in the camera that I have drawn. Okay, you have to be mute, but you have to just show the picture.
Yeah. You can type D also, that is fine. All right, Natasha already drawn. Wow, that was quick.
Great. Now draw the next thing, the second diagram. Draw a car. Next.
Yes.
Draw a house.
Yes, done.
Done. Fourth,
Thank
draw a
you.
leaf.
Done.
Great. Now, wait. I'm going to show you the fifth one. Read it and then draw. Draw a mind. Draw the picture of mind. Not brain, mind.
Oh no. Okay, Mr. Sohel has something. Let's see.
All the professors also please participate. That would be great.
The questions are coming now. How?
So I can't show it to you here, but then all I've done is I've just written mind.
You have just written mind, but you could not draw the picture of mind. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, how? Okay, we will find out. Okay, so let's come back. Okay, there are a few questions. Okay, be ready. You have to continuously write the answer in the chat box. So, which diagram did you find difficulty in drawing?
Yes, the mind.
The mind, exactly, right? The mind. You probably could have just started to draw a brain, or you must have drawn the picture of brain. But brain is not the mind. The mind is in the brain, but brain is not the mind. Okay, so now let's link it to our childhood, something that we learned in our childhood. Now just recall your childhood, your kindergarten school, a kindergarten class. How did you learn apple? Did you learn apple as A-P-P-L-E, or did you learn apple as an image or a picture?
Natasha says both. Image.
What was the first thing that you learned?
Picture.
Words.
Image.
It was always a picture, right? So we learned through picture. It was A for picture apple. It was apple, A-P-P-L-E, the word, the spelling we learned in the next grades. But we first learned through images. So please understand that the characteristic of our brain, of our mind, is we understand through images. We learn through pictures. We learn through images. Okay. Now, just for an example, Dr. Yogesh, can I ask you to unmute?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Which area of Pune do you live?
I'm living in Indrayani Nagar.
Indrayani Nagar? Okay.
Yes, near Bhosri.
Okay. Near Bhosri. Okay. Indrayani Nagar, I do not know. So now let's consider, I'm not going to use the GPS map. I live in Bavdhan. Yes. Please tell me how to come to your home.
Right from our Wakad to, by taking the highway, you can come to the, by taking the Mumbai highway, you can come to Wakad, and from Wakad, directly a straight road is there. So from there, you can come to Nasik highway, and then you can come to our Indrayani Nagar.
Great.
Yes.
So now when you were giving me the directions to come to your home, what were you actually trying to create in my mind?
The path of the that particular road.
Yeah, the map.
Yes,
okay, the map, the picture. So even as an adult, we always communicate through images and pictures. Okay. So giving directions, reaching somewhere, communicating something, we always use images. So our brain is designed, our mind is designed to understand through images. Okay. So that is the core area of the mind, the core characteristic of the mind. Now, next question. It's the last line. Please read it carefully. Now, please draw success. Okay, that is a critical part. So now please understand. If you really need to take powerful actions, the image in the mind has to be vivid and clear. The apple that you have drawn. Now, can you color that apple? Yes. Can you color the car? Can you color the leaf and house? Yes. Can you cut it? Yes. Can you paste it on your wall? Yes. So to be able to do something, to be able to create anything, the picture in the mind has to be very, very clear. Now the challenge is you do not have a picture of mind. So now if you do not have a picture of mind, how can you put into optimum use? You always have a picture of apple, so you could draw it. But because you do not have a picture of mind, how are you going to put mind in proper use, in an optimum use? No, it's very tough. So I decided, all my students, all my participants here today, do not have an image of mind. Let me give you an image of mind. Okay, so today let's decode the picture of the mind. So please draw with me. This picture was first designed in the year 1938 by Dr. Truman Fleet. Okay, so this stick person has been derived from him, adapted from him. So first of all, draw a big circle and a line in between, this way. Everyone, please draw. Next, draw an arrow from the second hemisphere below. Draw an arrow and draw another small circle.
Yes, done.
Okay. Now, on the top hemisphere, please name it as conscious mind. The second hemisphere on the below, please name it as subconscious mind. The smaller circle is called as the body. So this becomes the stick person. Now let's understand the working of it. The body will take action and you are going to see the results. This is what is visible. The body will take the actions and you can see the results. However, the picture is yet to get complete because we have to understand the working, the mechanism of both the circles, both the things, both the minds and the body. Let's understand. On top of it, above the top hemisphere, please draw 5 antennas this way. And please write in the chat box, what could be these 5 antennas be?
Goals, thinking, maybe
No.
thought, experience, senses.
No.
Dreams,
Senses.
ideas, senses.
These are your 5 sensory organs. So please name these 5 senses also. Sight, hearing, touch, feel, smell, and taste. These are your 5 senses. Okay, so please write down. So now let's understand, how does this entire thing work? How does this mind work? So first let's understand what is a mind. We know the brain, but what is mind? Let's understand that. Please write down the definition of it. The activities inside the brain is mind. The brain is the organ. The activities inside the brain is called as mind. For example, I'm picking up this mug of coffee. Okay, disclaimer, this is coffee. Okay, so I'm picking up this mug of coffee. I am conscious while picking up this cup of coffee. I'm conscious. So this action of picking up the cup is coming through the conscious mind. I'm conscious about it. Now, when I'm holding this cup, in my body, there is a blood flow. My heartbeat is still happening. I'm still breathing. My hair and my nails are growing. All the other activities are involuntary. It is not in my control. It's just below my subconscious mind, subconscious awareness. It is below my conscious awareness. So that is why the other activities are subconscious activities. Picking up the cup is conscious activity. Drinking the coffee is conscious activity, but the digestion of the food is an unconscious activity, that is subconscious activity. So brain is the organ. The activity inside the brain is called as the mind. So this is how the differentiation is. Now, what are the usage of these senses? These 5 senses which are outside the body, which are taking the data from the outside world, external environment, they take the data from the external environment and in the form of thoughts. They take the data from external environment. They see, okay, it's raining. Okay, it's windy. There's an accident happening. There's someone crying. Okay, I can smell the food being cooked. Okay, I can hear someone calling my name. So all this information is coming from the external environment, coming into the conscious mind. Understand, the senses are connected to the conscious mind. Now, the moment it reaches the conscious mind, it reaches as a thought, in the form of thought. Now, the moment it reaches the conscious mind, it goes down the subconscious mind. There's a dividing line over here. It immediately gets transferred into the subconscious mind. But the moment it crosses that line and goes into the subconscious mind, it becomes emotions and beliefs. So the language of conscious mind is thoughts. The language of subconscious mind is emotions and beliefs. Just tell me, right in the chat box, which mind is the body attached to? Which mind is the body attached to?
Conscious mind, subconscious mind.
Yes. It's the subconscious mind. Please look at it very carefully. The body is attached to the subconscious mind. It is linked to the subconscious mind, not to the conscious mind. Okay? So please be very, very clear. All the actions that you take is coming from the subconscious thoughts. We call that as emotions and beliefs. Every action the body takes is based out of beliefs. And we always take emotional decisions. Please write it down very, very strongly. We always take emotional decisions. Many people could have this question, how, why? I don't think so. I don't agree to it. I respect all your thought process right now, all your thinking right now. Hold on to that question for some time. I will prove that we always take emotional decisions. We'll come to that in some time. Okay. So this is how the whole mind works. So this is a picture of the mind. 5 senses, data coming to the conscious mind. The conscious mind thoughts gets converted into emotions into the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind gives directions to the body, and the body will take action, and that's how you get the result. I'll give you a very simple example. You consciously decide that you want to get up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. But the subconscious mind has been created a belief, has been, what shall I do by getting up early? It's too tough for me to get up in the morning. So those beliefs, because you're carrying, your subconscious mind guides your body. No, you can't get up. You don't get up. So no matter how much you try consciously, your subconscious mind is much more powerful, which is guiding the body. A small example. Okay. So now let's see how these things works. So before we move ahead, I've got someone to introduce. Hulda Simpson was a story of 40 thieves. This mind also has 40 thieves. So let me introduce the thief. So this introduction of thief is not in a verbal manner, but it has a formula. Okay, we are here talking about the thieves of potentiality, the thieves of richness. So what is that? Let's check it down. So this is a formula. Please write down. This is the formula. PE is equal to PO. PE here is performance. PO here is potential. PE is performance, PO is potential. We always want our performance matched to our potential. We always want our performance matched to our potential, and we are always thinking, how can I increase my potential? How can I better my performance? And how many times, okay, just be ready to write in the chat box. How many times have you felt this? I have potential, but I do not know where I am lacking. As a professor, how many times have you been thinking, this student has potential. I don't know why this student does not perform. I can see potential in this participant, but I do not know where does he lack. Why does he not perform well? How many times have you been talking this? Please write in the chat box.
Yeah, many times.
Many times? Okay. The reason is the formula is still incomplete. Okay, because from this potential, there is someone who is subtracting. There is something that is getting subtracted. Your potential is being robbed. The potential is being subtracted by this I. I is interference. You can call it as interference. You can call it as resistance or blockage. Okay, but the formula here is I, which is interference. So this interference is actually the thief of your potential. The richness that you can actually gain, you can actually earn, is being subtracted, being robbed by this I, interference. And what is this interference? Interference is what is happening in between these two ears. There is a big, huge organ that is called as brain, and what is happening inside the brain is actually called as the interference. all the negative inner world is your interference. All the negative beliefs are your interference. All the self-doubt is interference. Okay, everything of that is interference. And that interference is actually killing away that potentiality. So today, we are going to learn 6 rules of mind. If we do not operate these rules, they will act as a thief and they will take away the potentiality. Okay, so ready for that? Ready for getting to know all the thieves? At least 6 of them. Right in the chat box. Ready?
Yes.
Perfect. So we have total 40 thieves. We will not be able to touch all the 40 thieves today, but we are going to learn about 6 thieves. The remaining 40 thieves we can learn. I've created an entire program to learn about the remaining 34 thieves so that we do not let that thief steal our potentiality. So there's a workshop designed for that. We can talk about it later. But let's understand the 6 rules of mind. If not known, and if you do not know how this mind works, if you do not understand these rules, if you are unaware of the rules, the thief will come and rob you from your potentiality. Okay, so let us start off. The first rule of mind, please write it down. The mind operates as a radio. The mind operates as a radio. So I'm pulling down the slide for some time so that I can see people, I can interact with them. Okay, so now let's consider. This is a radio. This is not a radio, but consider this is a radio. And this is the tuning, what do you say? Tuning, the tuner. Okay, this is a tuner. Okay. Now, if I have put, I'll just remove this virtual background for some. So now it's clear. So this is the tuner, for example. If I keep this tuner, I'm talking about India, so I know India. I live in India, so I know India channels, and I know Pune channels. So if I put this tuner on 88.0, which channel will this radio play? Okay, so people who are from India, please tell me which channel is there on, what is the name of the channel on 88.0?
Yeah, it's nothing. No.
It's nothing, all right? Yeah. So if I keep this tuner on 88.0, it will just make sound like there is nothing, there is no song, nothing being played. Okay, now if I just shift it from 88.0 to 93.5, now, is there a channel in 93.5?
Red FM.
Yes.
Red FM? Yes. So now, will there be a song being played over here? Okay. Dr. Yogesh, which is your favorite song?
Yes, sir. There are many ones.
Give me one, just one.
Yes, but I love the songs of Ashikis.
Ashiki, which one? Part 1, part 2?
Part 2.
Which one?
Tum Hi Ho.
Huh?
Tum Hi Ho.
Tum Hi Ho.
Okay, Kyunki Tum Hi Ho. Okay, fine. So we take the song from Dr. Yogesh. So the moment I bring this tuner to 93.5, the radio starts to play a song. Tum Hi Ho. Okay, it starts to play. Now my question is, when I had kept this tuner on 88.0, where was the song being played? Yeah, it was broadcasted from 93.5. Okay, now second question. Where are the waves of that song? When I've kept the tuner on 88.0, where are the waves of that sound?
Airwaves.
Airwaves, okay.
Yeah.
From 93.5 channel, it has been broadcasted. Where are the waves of that song? Everywhere. Thank you. Yes, I could read that. So it is everywhere. That means even when this tuner is on 88.0, the waves of Tum Hi Ho song is being the radio is being surrounded by that waves. But why this radio is not playing that song? It's on wrong channel. The frequency is not matching. Perfect, right? The frequency is not matching. The moment I shift it to 93.0, will this radio now play the song Tum Hi Ho? Yes, it will play. So now one more thing. Those who said yes, the moment I shifted from 88.0 to 93.5, did I have to move the radio? Okay, catch the song. Catch the song. Where is the song? Did I have to move this way? No. The radio was here. I just shifted the tuner. The radio caught hold of those waves and we started to sing that song. Right? The mind operates exactly this way. What do I really want to share over here? Okay, to all my participants who are there here. Okay, understand. Our mind has a tuner. Now, because the mind channel we have switched on the 88.0 channel, we are not catching the richness. The richness, all the potentiality, all the wealth is there on 93.5. But right now we have not switched on to 93.5. We are playing on 88.0 frequency. And how do we play on 88.0 frequency? By the words that we speak, by the thoughts we carry. And how many times have you been saying, oh, this is month end. It's too tough. It's too hard for me. I can't do this. This subject is tough. Okay. That man is too big a man to go and meet and take an interview. How many times have you been speaking this? Many times, yeah. So when you're speaking all these negative statements, you have switched the 88.0 channel. The moment you shift the thought process, the moment you shift the channel, you'll start to gather the wealth. For example, Dr. Yogesh, for the benefit of all, did I approach you to do this training or did I receive a call from you?
I have called you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we know before you called me? Did we know each other?
Actually, I have got some reference from Ashoka Business School and even onto the LinkedIn. So that is where you have conducted the sessions into the Ashoka.
Yeah.
And somewhere onto the LinkedIn, we were connected. And in that way, even my ex-colleagues, I was not able to attend that session at Ashoka due to some reason, but they have praised you a lot. And thereafterwards, we came to this particular. And then even Safia ma'am was likely to add some value to all the learners. So he has proposed that why could not have any good workshop or mind development workshop. So in that way, it has all worked out.
Okay.
So ma'am has taken initiative. I had called you.
So at any case, did I approach you ever?
No.
Before you first gave me a call, did we ever meet before?
No. Only the names were known.
The names were known. Okay, but we had not met. We had no idea you are here. No. So now that is how the whole channel thing works. In my mind, I have switched on to always 93.5, which says that I always get the training opportunity. I always meet people. I always create business opportunity. I keep on saying that. That's why all the business opportunity keep on. Okay, Mr. Sawant, please write down the question. I will come back to you. I'll answer all the questions towards the end. Is that okay, Mr. Sawant? Do you have a question or do you want to participate something? Okay. Okay. So the mind operates as a radio. So always be in the frequency of wealth, be in the frequency of attracting good people. So now there is a tip. After every rule, there will be a tip. This is the actionable point. I don't give gyan, I don't give only lecture. It will not be a monologue or it will just to-do list kind of thing. There will be some actionable point which is proven and which is fruitful. So let's understand this combination lock. This combination lock, for example, opens at 0000, the 4 zeros. Now, you see this combination lock, it is on your door, and you say, I'm a good person. I'm a good person. So let me use 1000. Will it open? Okay. My intentions are good. I am not going to rob this home. But I'm putting 9999. Will it now open? No. Okay, this is my home only. I have to enter my home, but I'm putting 2, 3, 4, 5. But I'm a good person. Why isn't the lock opening? Okay. So there are certain rules of mind. You cannot deviate from that rule. It needs 4 zeros. It will open only with 4 zeros. No matter how good person you are, no matter how beautiful you are, no matter how smart you are, you could be the class representative, you would be topper, you would be a PhD or anything. But the lock will only open with 4 zeros. 4 zeros. That is the Kulja Simpson password. So no matter how good person you are, but there has to be a rule. So the rule is 4 zeros. So what are these 4 zeros? Let's consider the rule with the rule of mind. Okay, mind operates as a radio. So first rule. So all the language that you speak, all the language, the words, most of the time has been negative. Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not beautiful. I'm not smart. I can't do this. It's too tough. I hate this subject. I do not like this subject. I do not know whether I'll pass MBA or not. I do not know whether my career will be good or not. So these are all the negative combination. That is 1001. All this you have been using, it does not work. So what is the right combination of language that you have to use? First of all, please speak all things in present state, present tense. For example, you will never say, I am going to be successful. You will always say, I am successful. You will not say, I will do that from tomorrow. Okay, I will get up from tomorrow. No, I get up easily every day. So all the futuristic statement, the goal that you have to speak in present tense. Okay, that's rule number 1. That's the first zero. Second, all the statements that you speak has to be in positive frame. You cannot use anything negative. Like you cannot use, I won't be angry from tomorrow. I won't be late to my lectures. Okay, I won't sleep late. These are not the statement. You will say, I will get up early. I get up early every day. Okay, I'm brilliantly powerful. I'm brilliantly amazing. So this is how you will speak. Third, please make those statements short. Okay, let it be short. Like I'm brilliant. I'm smart. I'm powerful. Do not make a statement which is of 10 lines. You can use 10 different statements, but one single statement should not be of 10 lines, not even a full page. Short statements, because it is very easy to remember, easy to recite. I'm brilliant, I'm powerful, I'm amazing, I'm rich. And fourth, most importantly, because our body is connected to the subconscious mind is emotional mind, so you need to write emotional words into it. Also fill it up with gratitude. Okay, so how do I write? I'll give you an example. You can copy it down. I'm so happy and grateful now. So emotion and gratitude both have come. I'm so happy and grateful now that my health is getting better and better. I'm so happy and grateful now that my understanding of this subject is now getting better and better. I'm so happy and grateful now that my relationship with my friends and teachers and parents is now getting better and better. Okay, so how did you find the first rule? Please write in the chat box about the feedback. How did you find it till now? Ab tak kaisa laga? Yeah, Rupa, what was the question?
First thing was the habits are changed in 21 days, the 21 days funda, Prantik. And second was Osman Molenga has asked, how can we train our mind to grasp things quickly?
Wait, okay, so let me handle this because it's based on tip number 1, rule number 1, so we'll handle that. First of all, please get away from this 21 days rule. Now it has changed. The new science says it takes 66 days to create a habit. In 2014, there was a report that was published, And it said that now it takes 66 days to make a habit. So 21 days is no more valid. So it is now 66 days. Okay, so that's one. Secondly, what is that thing that will help me attract good things faster? Gratitude. So that's why emotions and gratitude are very, very important. And all the statements, if you just apply these 4 statements, and if you take care of the emotions and gratitude, because emotion and gratitude are subconscious mind language, it will attract more. All right. So that's how it works. Thank you.
Yeah, 2 more questions related to the same thing has come up. If you just like to address, how can you avoid situation and say only positive affirmation? How do you think positive for current negative COVID situation? And can we write, I am grateful that I am healthy and friend, as you said, it should be short.
I'm healthy. Yeah, you can write all those things. Okay. So how to be what do you say? Positive in this current scenario of Corona and COVID and lockdown. Okay. Towards the end, you will get a beautiful gift from us. Okay. So that gift will help you be positive, more positive than anything else. Okay. How can you control? You cannot control the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind has to be controlled by the conscious mind through your thoughts only. Okay. So here, remember that stick person, the stick person, if you remember, if you understand that well, that will solve all the things. Please be aware. Okay. Conscious mind, then subconscious mind, then the body. If you see, your senses are connected to the conscious mind. So all the data comes to the conscious mind, then goes to the subconscious mind. You cannot control your heartbeat. Understand? Very simple. Your heartbeat is controlled by the subconscious mind. Okay, wait. Heartbeat, wait. I'm not waiting. Food, digestion, wait. I am conducting workshop. Please, digestion, wait. No, it's not waiting. Nails don't grow from tomorrow. No, it's not waiting. So please understand, you cannot control subconscious mind. Okay, these are involuntary organs. The only way you can control your habits of the subconscious mind by controlling the thoughts which is coming from the conscious mind going to the subconscious mind. Okay, so that's the only thing you will have. Only thing you have control. That is the conscious mind, your thoughts. Okay, your data, what data you're passing on. So that's the only way I can handle. I can answer this right now. Okay, because there are a lot of things to take care. So let's see. We have got 5 more rules to do. Please write down all the questions. We'll answer it later. So I will just answer 1 or 2 questions for each topic. Okay. Rule number 2. Okay. I love this part. Mind operates as a genie in the magic lamp. I love stories, by the way. I love Arabian Nights. Okay. So this is again coming from Arabian Night, Aladdin and Genie. Okay. Mind operates as a genie in the magical lamp. Not the magical lamp. It's genie in the magical lamp. Okay. So let's understand that. You have all watched Aladdin and Genie? You have all watched Aladdin and Genie? Okay, great. So now tell me, when does Genie has all the magical power? But when does Genie apply its magic? Show its magic. When he is commanded. Perfect, Natasha. When Aladdin demands or when Aladdin commands. But the challenge right now, continuing from the first point, today, how we are talking to our Genie, it is so stressful. I am not able to think good things. How can anybody think good in this kind of pandemic? Okay, it is so dangerous out there. So all these commands that you're showing, all these words that you're speaking, your Genie is getting all those commands. And how many of you have observed people who were actually very scared of Corona actually got affected with Corona? Okay. People were very scared because in their mind, they were continuously thinking, oh, I should not be affected. I should not be affected. I should not be affected. If you look at the 4 rules, I should not be affected, future tense. Secondly, I should not. It's not positive, it's negative. So they spoke exactly opposite to the rule of the mind. That's why they caught Corona. Please understand. About the health part, about the immunity part, there are certain rules. Yes. Okay. Yes. But understand, the people who were more scared will attract. More scared. Okay. So be aware of that. This is just as an example for awareness. Okay. Now, secondly, this genie will always work when commanded, but the command has to be powerful and perfectly well. But sir, I work. You are working. We're treating. So see, the health part, coming part is there. Okay, if you go and actually sit in between them, there is a high possibility you'll get affected. But the people who did not go out but were scared still got affected. I've got a lot many examples. But you are there with them, you will get affected. Okay, so let's get back. It was just an example. Remember that part. So how do you command the genie? How do you actually command the genie? Very simple idea, very simple tip. The way you ask in a restaurant. The way you ask in a restaurant. Okay, let's say for example, how many of you do it this way? You go to the restaurant, you get the menu. You get the menu and the waiter comes. Okay. Don't bring chicken. Coriander. Don't bring paneer. And don't bring me lime water juice. Do you ask this way? No, then how do you ask? You ask what you want. Okay, bring me one Hakka noodles. Bring me chicken tandoori. Bring me lime water, lime juice with ice on it. Straight. Okay, you go to the restaurant and ask what you want. You don't ask what you don't want. That is how you demand from the genie. Okay, and how you demand the 4 rules from the point number 1. I am getting better and better. My health is getting better and better. Everything clear. Okay, that's the thing. Now I've got certain questions. After you have given the order, so I want 2 or 3 people just unmute. I want them to participate with me. 3, 4 people who can unmute and participate with me.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Amrish, Amar Singh.
Yes.
Amar Singh. Okay, आप रहिए. Dr. Sneha, yes, आप. Khyati and Tauzi. Okay, great. So I got 4.
Yes.
Okay, rest all mute. Amar Singh, Sneha, yes. Khyati, and Tauzi. Please unmute.
Yes, sir. Done.
Okay, Amar Singh, लेकिन background का sound आप संभालना. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, Khyati, Dr. Sneha कहाँ गई?
है ना?
हाँ जी. Dr. Sneha. Okay, Dr. Sneha, Khyati, Tauzi, and Amar Singh. We all go to the restaurant for dinner. Okay, forget corona pandemic, forget that, those things. Okay, we all go out for dinner. We sit and we order. So Sneha, what would you like to order for dinner?
I would like to have Chinese.
Chinese what? Specific? Bolo.
Dry Manchurian.
Dry Manchurian. Perfect. Khyati, आप क्या order करोगे?
Pink pasta, Italian style.
Italian pink pasta. Okay. Tauzi, what will you order?
Chips and chambo, fish.
Fish. You will order fish. Okay, great. Amar Singh.
Yeah.
Boneless chicken tandoori.
Boneless chicken tandoori.
Yeah.
And I order mutton biryani. Okay. So now we 4, 1, 2, 4, 5. We 5 are sitting in the restaurant. We all place the order at the same time. So once we have ordered, we know what we want and we have ordered it. So now we are waiting.
Yes.
So all 5 of you, restaurant, please mute. All 5 of you. Please use the raise hand option. Please use all 5 of you. Please raise the hand. Sneha, Amar Singh, so that you are there on the top of the screen. Amar, आप भी use करो please.
Yes, wait, sir.
Okay. So now you tell me, all 4 of you, please tell me whose cuisine will come first. Sneha has ordered Manchurian. Khyati has ordered Italian pasta. Tauzi has ordered fish. Amar Singh has ordered chicken tandoori, boneless, and I have ordered mutton biryani. Whose cuisine will come first?
Mine.
Mine.
Fine.
Is there
Yeah.
a competition? Okay.
Everybody is hungry, sir.
No, it's not. Which will be cooked first?
Manchurian.
Manchurian. Okay. So Sneha's food will come first. Second, who's Italian pasta?
Pasta.
Or
Pasta.
Second,
Pasta.
pasta. Okay. So Khyati will be served second. Then Tauzi, Amar Singh, and me. Amar. So whose food will come third?
Fish.
Fish. Okay. So Tauzi will be served third. Amar Singh or biryani? The chicken tandoori and biryani. Which
Chicken
will be-
tandoori.
Chicken
Tandoori will be first and biryani will be last.
And then biryani. Okay. So the order is Sneha's food will be served first. Khyati will be served second. Tauzi third. Amar Singh fourth, and fifth will be Prantik. So now the moment the Sneha is served her food, the Manchurian, Tauzi, Khyati, and Amar Singh will have a heart attack. Oh God, this is injustice. We all entered the hotel at the same time. We all ordered at the same time. But why was Sneha's ordered food came first? Will you all get a heart attack? All three of you, including me?
Never.
Why not?
Kind of, because it's a big
Kind of.
restaurant, so they should have a preparation already done, part preparation.
Okay, now tell me, did they in their dream know that Khyati is going to come and order pasta?
No.
So see, the logic is whose food is going to come first? We are talking about that part. So be here.
The quick preparation one.
The quick preparation.
Priority.
Right?
Priority depends.
The
depend
quick
on time.
preparation one will come first. Amar?
Priority depends on time.
Okay. कौन सा पकने में time लगेगा?
Yes. The cooking time.
It is the cooking time. The ingredients being used, the ingredients that are being used, how much time it is going to take to cook, and that is how it will be served.
Exactly.
Okay. So first Sneha will be served. The other three people, they know that Sneha has ordered a food which is simple to cook. So it makes sense to wait. Our food will be coming up. Because we have ordered, we wait there with full faith, our food will be served. We don't get a heart attack there in the restaurant. My question is, if you understand this part, that she ordered something that was simple and it will be served earlier. Tauzi will know that fish will take some time to cook. So mine will be served sometime later. We all can understand that part in a restaurant. A question to all of you. These four people are representing all the other 200. Question to all of you, if you understand this principle in the restaurant, why don't you use this principle in the real life? Why people get irritated when somebody else's car comes first before them? Why somebody else scores or is earning more money than them? Why somebody gets irritated when somebody else buys a home before them?
Desires.
Huh?
Desire.
Understand. It's not desire. It is not knowing the ingredient of the desire. So
Oh, it is greed.
Yes.
It's not greed. Greed is a judgmental word. It is not knowing the.
Management.
It's not. Okay, all of you mute. Okay, it is not knowing the ingredient of the desire. Now Sneha has asked for Maruti Desire. I have asked for Mercedes. Whose will come late?
Mercedes.
Now, if I get a heart attack, we both started the job at the same time. We both started business in the same month. But how come her car came first? Her car is 6 lakhs car. My car is 60 lakhs car. There will be a gap. There will be some time.
Yeah, quality of choice.
It is the ingredient of your desire,
Exactly.
not the choice. It's the ingredient. 60 lakhs needs more time to earn.
Yeah.
6 lakhs takes less time to earn compared to 60 lakhs. That's why her car will come first, then ours. So my request, stop comparing. the principle of the restaurant that you are applying. Thank you, all of you, all 4 of you. Thank you so much for participating. You can go back to mute. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome, sir.
Okay, so the way you have been working in the restaurant, okay, operating in the restaurant, asking them specifically, and then waiting till your food is being served, and you all have faith in the restaurant. The moment I have ordered, it is going to come. It will take 10 minutes, it will take 20 minutes, but it is going to come. You don't get a heart attack there. Okay, you just there, you just wait, you enjoy, you chat, you talk. That is exactly how you operate with the mind. But if you get impatient, many people wrote impatience. The moment you get impatient, oh, how come her food came first, mine not, and my food has not come? I think they are partial towards me. They do not give me food at the right time. They know I am hungry. They should be prepared. So that kind of impatience, you are again, rule number 1, you are speaking all the negative. You are not using the right combination lock. Okay, all the rules are interrelated. So learning in the linear format, but it has to be used all together. Okay, please write in the chat box, how did you find till now?
Amazing.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
True.
Great, thank you. Now, rule number 3, mind cannot operate with conflicting thoughts. Okay, mind cannot operate with conflicting thoughts. Okay, the one who is unmute, please mute.
Yeah, there was a statement, apna time aayega.
Apna time, good. Go back. Is it in present tense? Apna time aayega, is it in present tense?
No.
It's a future tense.
It's future tense. So that sentence will not work. Achhe din aayenge. That sentence does not work. I'll be rich one day. Someday I will be rich. It's all future tense. Does not work. The mind language is present tense. Remember that. The rules remain the same. Okay. Now coming back. Mind cannot operate in conflicting environment, conflicting thoughts. So suppose you sit in a car, you sit in a cab, and you tell to the cab driver, I will give you the direction, shut down your GPS. And now you open your mobile and you are showing the direction. Okay, driver, go straight. Keep going. Okay, from the roundabout, take a U-turn. Okay. Or not this roundabout, next roundabout. Go back, go next roundabout. Okay. So go there. Okay. So from here, this take a U-turn and then take a left. Okay, took the left. Or not this left and the one that was behind. Okay, there's another left turn. Go back. Okay. So from here, okay, now take the right turn. No, wait, not this one. Let's try this right also. If you keep doing this, what will the driver say?
Get down of the car.
Get down of the car. Why?
You're confusing him. Confusing.
I am confused. I am also confusing him. And he will get irritated and he will ask, sir, please get down. I don't want to serve you. Similarly, our mind. How many times do you look at amazing cake? Wow, I love cakes. But I put on weight by eating cakes. Conflicting thoughts. I really want to be. How many of you want to be rich with money? I'm talking about typical tangible rich, money-wise.
Yes, me.
Okay, you want to be rich? Fantastic. Now, if you really want to be rich, how many times have you been silently criticizing that idiot has so much of money? Okay. I mean, I'm very sure he must not have earned honestly. How many times have you said this? And how many times have you used this adjective before rich? Filthy rich. Oh, 100 times. Okay. See, you really want to become rich, but in your mind you have attached richness with the word filthy, dirt, gandagi. It does not match. Filthy rich is used multiple times. Yes. So in your mind, if you want to be rich, you will have to be filthy. And you consciously do not want to be filthy. So now there are two conflicting thoughts. You relate rich people with filthiness, and you say, I don't want to be filthy. Conflicting thoughts. Now the brain, the subconscious mind is hanged. Now the subconscious mind is sitting. Okay, madam. Now, whenever you are clear, I will start to move. Before that, I won't move. Now it is hanged. Okay. So please do not request, do not criticize, do not condemn, do not complain about the goals, about the desires that you want in your life, but somebody else is having it now. Don't do that. Am I clear with the idea?
Yes.
So the tip here is, okay, very, very important. Take some time. I want you to write the answers right now. Make a list of all the things that you want, but you have been silently criticizing other people who have that thing. Write down 2-3 people's name right now. What are the things that you want? And the people who have it, and you have been silently criticizing them. Okay, not necessarily your known people. It can be the politician, it can be other people, it can be the other rich people in your town. Okay, it can be your friend's parents also, it can be your friend also. You do not like that friend, you do not like that person, but that person is amazingly rich. Okay, gifted with richness, money richness. But silently you have been criticizing that bugger. Okay, lucky, I am so unlucky. I should have been born in that way. I would have used it so well. That bugger does not know how to use it. Interesting? Good. How did you find till now? Till the third point. How did you find till now? Write in the chat box your feedback. How did you find till now? And how is it going on overall? Are you learning? Are you learning? Was it worth attending? If it was worth, write worth. All right, great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we have completed 3. Now 3 more to go. Very interesting, very powerful. So be here with me again. Don't get distracted. Be here. What is written here?
No idea. Don't know. Can't read.
Okay, no idea, don't know, can't read, yes. So basically, you are unknown of this word. Mute please, everybody else.
Sure.
I'm sorry. Okay, so you are unknown to this language. It can be Chinese, it can be Japanese, I do not know. I also don't know. Okay, but you are unknown to it. You could not read the image which is on left hand side, but are you able to read the image, this word in a right side image?
Maybe I remove this alpha form for this
Rupa, just mute.
Then
thank you. So you are able to read the image on the right hand side. Please write in the chat box.
Yes.
Yes. So why you can't read the something that is on left hand side? Because you are unknown to it. You can read the right hand side word because it is known to you, and that is what is the 4th rule of the mind. Mind loves everything that is familiar of. Mind loves everything that is familiar of. Okay. Here I would like to go to your childhood. And in the childhood there would be many. I'm not saying typically it will be in your case, but in some people's case it would be true. Many students, many children have been compared by other students. Okay, many siblings have been compared by their siblings, by the parents. And in that case, what happens is, silently we have been criticized. Okay, because in their mind, in the parents' mind, in the teacher's mind, there was an idea. If we prick them, if we nudge them, if we poke them, probably that will motivate them, and that is how they will perform better. Okay, this was some programming done many years back in their mind, which they unknowingly passed on to us. But please remember, okay, the next generation, the new generation, negative input will not give positive output. If the raw material is bad, the output, the outcome, product will not be good enough. Okay, so silently we have been criticized. Now what happens is in the adulthood, whenever somebody comes and appreciates, "Arey wow, Sohail sir, nice shirt. It looks good on you." "Oh really? Oh, it's 4-year-old shirt." Sohail sir, have you experienced this? You're on mute.
Yeah, I think he got hanged.
Okay. Anybody has experienced this? The moment somebody appreciates you, you shun it off.
I'm sorry, my PC just.
Yes,
Yeah. So Sohail sir, have you experienced this?
Yes, a lot of times.
A lot of time. Yeah. Okay. And have you done this?
Well, yes. The first reaction usually is the same. And the next thing that you think of, and it's like, "Oh, thank you anyway."
Thank you anyway. That is also in a way of shunning off. Okay. So this is a simple example. Okay, I'm taking all the live example that we all experience. I do not use any bookish language. I do not prefer to do that because I really want to be live. I really want to connect with all the people. Okay, why I'm saying this, why I'm giving this example, because I've also experienced that. The moment somebody appreciates, okay, earlier, okay, when I did not know this science altogether, so somebody used to come and appreciate, "Oh, Prantik, nice shirt, nice dress." "Really? It's 4-year-old here. Really? Now tell me, what do you really want? Why are you appreciating today so much?" We did not have trust that we could be appreciated. We never had trust. We always thought there would be some hidden agenda behind this appreciation. Right? We always were thinking that way.
Definitely
Sorry, Amar, you were saying something?
Definitely self-interest of that person.
Yeah, that is what we have been trained with. But that may not be the truth. That may not be the truth. Okay. So this is how we have been doing it, and we are shunning it off. Now what happens is we got into a habit of not being appreciated. We have been shunning off. So the subconscious mind thinks, "Oh, Prantik does not like appreciation. He's shunning off the appreciation. He's rejecting it. He's deflecting it. I believe Prantik does not need appreciation." So now the subconscious mind will create such examples, such events where I will not be appreciated. Okay, so I will not be appreciated. So that's how it works. So this becomes one of the challenge. Right from the beginning, we were familiar of not being appreciated, and now when we feel that we should be appreciated, but now the mind has got familiar with not being appreciated. So the fifth tip is make compliments as your new familiar. Make compliments as your new familiar. So now whenever anybody compliments you, "Oh, looking beautiful, looking great, nice hairstyle, nice cut, yeah. Thank you." Receive it. Receive it. I would like to give another example here. Wherever you are living right now, wherever you are sitting right now, can aeroplane come and land there? Yogesh sir, if you're in Bhosri right now, so can aeroplane come and land there?
No.
Why not?
Not at all.
Why not?
Not at all. We don't have a runway here.
Exactly. There is no space.
Fascinating.
Yes, I'm muting.
Okay, please. Okay, so there is no runway for the aeroplane to land. So there is no space for the aeroplane to land. That is same thing is happening over here. We have not created a runway to receive compliments in our mind. You have to first create the runway, only then the plane will land. You have to first create the zone, create the area, create the space, so that you can now receive the compliments. Somebody was asking how to attract a lot of good things. Please stop shunning off the good things. Okay. Now, many a times I have seen in corporate world, in the institutes, in the organizations, meet this sir. This sir has changed my life. Because of him, I am what I am today. The sir, oh no, it's nothing. You're too modest. No, I did nothing. You did. You taught him. See, in the name of humbleness, in the name of humility, in the name of modesty, we are shunning off the appreciation. Just say, think so. Receive it. Dr. Yogesh read such beautiful things about me. Thank you. All right. So make it that way. So let's have some good fun with that. How did you find it till now? Fourth one. Nice. Okay, great. So now the fifth one. This is something very powerful. You make your beliefs in your mind, and then beliefs make you. You make the beliefs in your mind, and beliefs make you. So let's understand how the beliefs work, how the beliefs are created. Let's take this mango. This mango has one seed. We put that seed under the soil, and that after a few days of germination, roots will come out. Okay, small roots, then bigger roots. After the root, a small trunk, a small plant, then a trunk, and then it will grow into a huge tree. Okay. Now there is no more seed. There are only roots, the tree, and the fruits. Now tell me, if I have put mango seed, which roots will come out?
Mango.
Mango. Now, which tree will come out? Mango, obviously.
Mango.
And which fruits will it bear?
Mango.
Mango. Okay. Now, which part of this tree is not visible?
The roots.
Roots. But looking at the fruits, can we identify which seed has been put inside?
Yes.
No.
Looking at the fruits, can we identify which seed has been put inside?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, right? If the tree is bearing mango fruit, which seed has been put inside?
Yeah, that's right.
Mango seed, right?
Mango seed.
Okay. So it is also called as below, so above. And as above, so below. This is nature. It is true for nature. Since we are part of nature, it stands true for us also. How? What we see in people, what we see in real world is the result that people produce, each person produces. And these results are visible and they are measurable. You can count the results. You can measure the results. All the results are based out of the actions that you have been taking. And all the actions are based out of something that is invisible inside of you, that is called as beliefs. These beliefs are very, very powerful. Something very, very interesting. Okay. Now, how are beliefs formed? Let us see a video. Okay, I'll show a video. From there, you get an idea, and then we move ahead.
Aryan, we are flying to New York to visit your father?
With a German airline.
Just look at what grandfather is doing to the grandson. Okay, I am starting it again.
Aryan, we are flying to New York to visit your father?
With a German airline. You know Germans?
No.
They are a bit different. Always serious. Their movies are always grey. Probably they have not even heard of Bollywood. And their food.
Namaste. Grandpa, we are in the wrong place.
Understood? Everybody could see the video, sir?
Yes, sir, we have seen it.
Okay, you could see it now. Okay, fair enough. Great. So now what happened? The child knew nothing of German, but grandfather had his own story, own experience, and he started to build up that story, and he put everything in that grandchild. The grandchild was totally oblivious of what is German, how German people are. But look at what they are doing it. Okay, they did not go on the wrong plane. They went on the right plane, but the story that grandfather created and the story that was happening outside in the real plane, they were mismatching. So that is where the confusion is all about. Okay, so that's how it is. So how do we build the beliefs? How do we create beliefs? Is by the stories. Okay, the stories that we create in our mind, that builds the beliefs. Let me share a real life incident, something that happened with me in 2015 November. I was traveling in a train. I was sitting on the long berth on the window seat. I was reading a book. I was traveling to Nagpur, November 27th. I was traveling to Nagpur. I was sitting. At one of the stations, the train stopped. A man with two sons, he entered. And he sat on the other side of the berth, the small berth. And he sat in a corner. There was a partition here. And he kept his head here. And he was sitting. The two children were sitting this side. As the train started, after 10-15 minutes, the children started to get restless. And they started to move around in the passageway. They started to climb the stairs, go to the top berth, jump from top berth to other top berth. They started to jump and they started to create a chaos. They jumped from top to down and they stamped on somebody's feet. They spilled somebody's water. They tore somebody's newspaper in their running. And this man, the father, was just sitting this way. Eyes were open, but he was just sitting there, observing the children. If you were a passenger in that berth, what will you think or label, talk about that father? Please write in the chat box, don't unmute. Ask father to stop them. No, what will you think about that father? Irresponsible. Okay. You will say the irresponsible father, least bothered father. How can father be so calm, unmannered, perfect, irresponsible, perfect. Right? So these are the labels you will start with. A careless person. Okay, great. Inconsiderate. Perfect. So these are the labels you have. Now, one of the man got irritated with all these labels. He thought this is such a careless man. So he got up and he shook that man, the father. He was sitting in this partition. The moment he shook, he was shocked. Yeah, what happened? What happened? Look at your children. They're running. They're spilled water. They've torn somebody's paper. They're stamped on somebody's feet. That lady is in pain. What kind of father you are? You're such careless father. If you can't take care of children, why do you bring them in the train? He started to shout. What happened to you? You're seeing. Well, I'm sorry, I could not see. What you're not seeing? Your eyes are open. You're seeing them. What happened to you? I'm sorry. I'm a bit troubled. What trouble you are? We are troubled because of you and your children. What do you say? You are in trouble. Well, no. The station that I climbed from, that was a city, and in one of the hospitals in that city, my wife passed away half an hour back. And I'm going back to my village, drop my kids, come back and take my wife's dead body. My children are unaware that their mother is no more. So I'm a bit upset and I'm unable to think what to do. Now, what will you tell about that father? Now, what will you tell about those children? Now, will you get bothered about children running, jumping? Will you ask children, would you like to have some water? Would you like to eat some food? See, the behavior changed. What changed? Earlier, you had a belief about that father. The father is careless. The father is irresponsible. Our father is unmannered, inconsiderate. The moment you got to know a truth, your belief changed. That means all your beliefs can be changed. The belief about that person changed, the belief about yourself also will change. So the limiting beliefs that you have is not the fact. The limiting beliefs that you have is not the fact. You have been labeling all these words to you. I'm not beautiful, I'm unlucky, I can't be doing this, it's too tough for me, I can't make up to something good. You must have been saying so many things about you. All these limiting beliefs are not your facts. They are just the beliefs. Somebody has programmed you with that. Okay, so the stories that you keep saying makes you believe everything. These are the stories that you have been saying. I need love and approval from outside. My happiness is outside me. Okay, people should always do the right things. Aren't you saying such stories to yourself? Write in the chat box.
Yes.
Just stories, not the fact. They are just stories. Whatever stories you keep creating, that is the belief. And that is why, because of that belief that you have created, that is also the interference, the negative, something that is subtracting from your potential. Right? So that's the thing. Okay. So how did you find till now? The fifth one. Write in the chat box.
Cool. Amazing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now the sixth rule, the last rule for this evening. Mind acts in a way that is congruent to how we treat ourselves in our mind. I know it's long, but let me give a simple example. What is this?
Kettle, tea set.
A tea set, a crockery set, right? Okay. I do not know about the new generation, but at least our generation had me, Yogesh sir, probably Sohail sir would have experienced. Sohail sir and Yogesh sir, just participate with me. Have you ever experienced this? One fine evening or one fine afternoon, your mom calls you and says, "Beta, why don't you go in the other room?" You went, open the cupboard. You opened, Mama opened, bring out the white box outside. Okay, brought it, open it now. You opened it, all the beautiful new white shining crockery you see.
Yes.
Then you say, well, we have such beautiful crockeries at home. Well, yes. Why don't we eat food in this? This is for the guests. This is for the relatives who are going to come. Have you experienced that, sir?
Yes.
Okay. How many of you have experienced that? Put that in the chat box. Okay. All the new crockery set has come. You remove it for the visitors, the guests, the relatives. So same thing happened with me. My mom one evening asked me to open a box. I opened it. It was all white crockeries. Ma, we have such crockeries? Well, yes. Why aren't we eating in this? Why do you give me tea in that cup which has a crack from inside? Why do you drink your tea from the cup with the handle has been broken? Somehow you have been holding and drinking. Why don't you drink with this? No, this is for your relatives. This is for our relatives. Mama, I'm your first relative. I'm born or I'm supposed to be your first relative. Rest all are other relatives. I am your first relative. Why don't you give me in this? So though I had a argument with my mom, she won because she was elder. She is elder, so she won. Okay, but that night I sat and I thought over, why are we treating ourselves this way? Why are we treating the guests as supreme? And why aren't we treating ourselves as supreme? Why aren't we doing that? And then I realized the way I'm treating myself is exactly how other people are treating me. I'm not treating myself special, so I'm not being invited that way. The VIPs get the sofa. The VIPs get the front row. So that day I decided I will start treating myself with utter care with utter love, with a lot of respect, and I will treat myself as VIP. I may not have achieved something till now, but I am having the potential to achieve something. So I am a VIP, I am a special person. If God has created me, I am supposed to be special. How can I degrade myself by saying all the negative things? How can I degrade myself saying that I am not worthy of this? I am worthy of that sofa on the front seat. I am worthy of all the beautiful things that that man has created, and I can buy that. So I started to treat myself special. I started to take utter care of myself. I started to take care of my food. I started to take care of my health. It's been 12 years I have not fallen sick because the utter care of the health that I take. I'm not scared, but I'm extremely powerful to take care of my body, and I have not fallen sick from last 12 years. So I started to treat myself special, and the moment I started to treat myself special, I saw that other people started to treat myself very special. I remember an incident. My friends used to call me, Prantik, there's a party, come. The moment I made myself special in my mind, I'm special. I need to be invited. I need not be called. I should be invited. Then I saw a difference in my friends' language. They started to call me, Prantik, we have a party. Are you free to come? On this day, on 19th, are you free to come? One day I was free. On the 19th, I was free. I just said, no, I'm not free. Okay, which date is suitable for you? 25th. Okay, we'll keep the party on 25th. So they shifted the date of the party. Okay. So the whole idea is it is not vanity. It is about how specially can you treat yourself. Do you take enough break, or do you just keep on slogging? Do you take care of your health? Okay, do you take care of the things that is going in your mind? Do you take care of your thoughts? All these things are very, very important. Okay? So treat yourself very special. And when you apply all these six rules, you will then see the riches coming to you in much more faster way, in much more better way than you have ever imagined. Okay, so you can learn more on these things. There's a workshop that I have created, so you can learn more. You can get in touch with Rupa on this email address. You can get in touch with her. And that was all from our side. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for patiently listening and participating. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot so much, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Good night, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, I want to ask a question regarding your slides.
Please ask.
Sir, I noticed one thing, that few of the letters were in white and few were in yellow. So why was that?
Hello.
In each and every word. Okay.
Yes. Each and every word, creativity. That means I have treated this workshop, this slides with utter and special care. I have invested enough time, enough thoughts in coloring them, half white, half, and that is not half. 70% is white, 30% is yellow. It's not even 50-50.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So utter care has been taken care.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, that was very amazing session. Only one doubt. The example you said about the restaurant was superb example. But in restaurant, we know that we are going to get so and so. But in the real life, as you said, that we should just wait, have patience. If we are ordering something, it's going to come. In the restaurant, we know that. But in the real life, suppose someone is buying first before us. Okay, so we are not sure that are we going to get or not.
You're worried about that?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. So please write down a rule of worry.
Worry.
You only worry about the things that you know you are not doing 100%.
My question.
Only when I don't do 100%.
You only worry about the things where you know you are not doing your 100%. Rest every time you will be super confident, but only when you know you are not doing 100%, you are worried. So that's the rule. In restaurant, there is no worry. You know that is going to come. And worry only comes when you know you're not doing 100%. Yeah, Maxwell, you were asking something.
Okay.
Thank
Good
you.
evening from Ghana. Good evening from Ghana.
I'm sorry, Maxwell, your voice is not very clear.
I
I'm not
said
able to hear
good
you.
evening. Good evening from Ghana.
Good evening.
Yeah, my question is related to the conscious and the subconscious mind. When we look at the conscious mind, it deals with the 5 sense organs, isn't it? As you rightly said.
Can you bring the mouthpiece a bit closer to your mouth? I'm not able to hear you.
Okay, I'm talking about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Am I correct? Hello? Yep. So which means that what is the role of the 5 sense organs dealing with the conscious mind, which trickles down to the subconscious mind?
I heard 5 senses touching the conscious mind, and then
the subconscious. Do they fetch information from the 5 sense organs?
No,
they don't. They don't. Thank you.
They don't. 5 senses, they are attached to the conscious mind. From there, the data goes into the conscious mind and then enters the subconscious mind. Nothing goes directly to the subconscious mind.
Yeah, a follow-up question too. A follow-up question. You were talking about assertiveness, okay? How we should be assertive. Now, don't you think it's synonymous to pride? You being assertive is synonymous to pride. I have this. I can get this. Everything should be in the present. So
everything has to be in present tense. Yes.
Sure. Yes. Looking at that vein, don't you think it connotes some form of prideness in us?
Okay. I completely understand that if you say I am rich, I am powerful, so you find that it can be coming from pride and vanity.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
Exactly. I understood your question. Now the challenge is the language. Okay. Let me put it this way. What is your mother tongue?
What?
What is your mother tongue? What language do you speak at home?
Oh, okay. It's gone.
It's gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, if I answer you in that language, will you be able to understand well?
Very well. I will.
Very well, right?
Yeah.
But if I speak in Hindi, will you understand?
No, really.
No,
I don't get the import of the message.
So just understand, I'm speaking in a language which you are not familiar with.
Good. Good.
So you will not understand my intention and my words.
Very good. Very good.
Okay. So there is a language of subconscious mind which is present tense.
Mm-hmm.
You have to speak in present tense so that the subconscious mind listens, it can absorb and it can operate, it can give direction to the body to operate that way.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Got it, Maxwell?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Avinash Mohanty. Udia.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask, like you said, and it's very apt, you said there is a conscious mind and then there is a subconscious mind. Everybody accepts, through the senses. I wanted to know whether there is a rate at which it is transferred from, the conscious to the subconscious mind.
Yeah,
will it vary from person to person? And is it because all of us are wired differently, or is it because of our innate beliefs that the rate of transfer varies from person to person?
Rate of transfer is always the same because the characteristic of the conscious and the subconscious mind is the same. The data that is getting inside of your mind through conscious mind is 400 billion bits per second. But the entering point, what you can actually filter, is only 20,000 bits per second. Rest all is getting wasted because of the beliefs of the subconscious mind.
Okay.
So able to answer your question?
Yeah, to a good extent, yes.
With number, it is also with number. So a lot of data is coming. If you just scan, there are a lot of things. But your eyes can only filter what your mind believes, what your subconscious mind believes. I'll give you a simple example. Avinash, do you wear spectacles?
While reading only.
Okay, so you have spectacles. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you see, you must be having a habit of removing the specs and keeping it at a place.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's say, for example, last night, you removed, instead of keeping on your right side, you kept it on left-hand side table or left side of the table. What happens this morning? Hey, where did I keep my specs? Where did I keep my specs?
Yes, it happens. Yeah.
It's there only, but because you have shifted.
Yes. Yes.
So what happens is, first of all, it's habitual. Right side is habitual. Left side is something new.
Yes.
Now you are searching everything. The data of 400 billion bits is going inside. Everything on the table is you can see. But your subconscious mind believe that you always keep it on right. So you have to search. It is supposed to be in right. So it is 20,000 bits per second.
That's correct. Great.
I've invested 7 years on this topic, by the way.
Very interesting. Very interesting topic, I must say. I had no intent of attending this entire 1.5 hours because I had a meeting scheduled already. I just couldn't go away from this. I had to complete it. I'm already feeling very positive. I even cannot see the negative sign now. Great session. Must say.
Thank you.
Thank you. Prantik, sorry to interrupt you. The gift that you wanted to give, I have to just type. Yeah.
Okay. तुमने डाल दिया?
No, I have not yet. I'm just waiting for your.
Fine. You put it right now. So everybody, all of you are getting a gift from our side. The gift is, somebody asked me, how can we be positive in the present scenario? Now, if you see, the mind by default goes into negatives. The only way you can be extremely positive and take care of yourself is by writing gratitude and showing gratitude. So we are posting a gratitude journal link. You have to click the link. You have to download the gratitude journal. It is a 66 days gratitude journal. You have to download, you have to print it and keep writing. Okay? And you just keep writing the journal. There's a question and you have to write 3 answers for it on a daily basis. It's phenomenal. It will help you work out throughout the day very powerfully. So that's a journal we are giving to you. Here. So you can see the gratitude journal that's there. You can 2-3 बार post कर लेना अगर ऊपर चले जाता.
Yes, I also like you all to share with your friends who have logged out. So kindly share that link with your friends also. Thank you.
Hey, there are so many people who have sent a question or sharing.
Yeah, Prantik, there was one question. If anyone has done the things positive on first day and second day is going negative, how to manage those?
Do the third day positively. Do the fourth day positively. You miss out.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Simple. How do you bring in consistency? There will be breaks by default. We are human beings. We are creating a new thing. So there will be breaks. Why are you so hard on yourself? Be forgiving. Rupa, put the link again.
Yes.
Okay. So be forgiving. I'll come to you, Abhishek. So be forgiving. Don't be so hard on yourself. You miss out. Yeah, okay. Why is it so hard? All right. Yeah, Abhishek, you want to ask? I'll come. One after the other, I'll come. Please hold on. I do not know, sir.
Yeah.
Am I allowed
yeah,
to?
how much time we have for this? Because this will be endless otherwise.
Yes. Sir, last question.
Okay, I'll handle Abhishek and rest all you can please write the question in the to my email. I will answer that. Yes, Abhishek.
So being curious about your bracelet that you are wearing and the gemstone ring that you are wearing. So what's your belief into the numerology and astrology?
Astrology and numerology are very good science. I believe in astrology. I don't believe the astrologer. What if the day I go and meet the astrologer, he has a fight with his wife and he has 5% error margin on that day?
Okay. Nice.
I believe in stars, but I believe in the one who made the stars.
Great. So you are also a star maker.
I don't know. Am I a star maker or not? I don't know. But am I an influencer and impacting person? The answer is yes. I don't impress people. I impress upon people.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. I'll take one question. Tayani, if you like to ask, I'll take one more.
Mine is not a question, but a compliment. I think that you've done well. It was enlightening and a lot of insights.
I'm sorry, I'm not able to hear you. You have to keep
Mine is a lot of insights. There was a lot of insights in the program today.
Thank you.
Yes, and that maybe any plans to have the next one?
Ask Yogesh sir. He has to invite. Okay.
Yes,
Dr. Yogesh, please.
You can follow our page. You will get to know. You follow
Sure,
our page.
sir, sure.
Just put Prantik Panigre Life Coach. You will get to know.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Somebody has sent me a direct message saying that the link is not working for the gratitude journal. Yes, it is working. I have checked it. I have just checked it, so it's working. Maybe something wrong with the internet or the bandwidth, so kindly check. Thank you.
Yes, working again.
Rupa ma'am, you can send the link to us. We will send it to all the learners through our mail. Even that will be that can be also be done.
Absolutely. We'll send the FB page and the Insta link. People who wants to actually receive the positive quotes every day, also they also can follow us for the same. And the links, definitely, sir. Thank you. That made it easy for me.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. We'll send it to all the learners. Yeah.
Okay, great. That was actually a very super insightful session, and I'm sure that every participant here has today learned a lot of important life lessons from you, Prantik. On behalf of everyone present here today, I would really like to thank you for taking this time out and guiding us all. I would also like to thank every participant over here, and I hope that you will make good use of the life lessons you've learned today. So you guys all have a great day ahead. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. A big gratitude.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you, Prantik sir, for spending your valuable time with us. I'm really thankful to you, and I'm really thankful to even Rupa ma'am, and even I'm really thankful to Honorable our Dr. Safia Farooqui ma'am. She is an open-minded leader, and she has taken initiative to arrange this session. So we are really blessed to have such a leader who has, given an opportunity for us to, arrange this session. So yes, her mind is open. So that's why we are being able to, achieve new avenues into the education. So really thankful to all of you. I'm thankful to Sohail sir also, and all the staff of the Dr. D.Y. Patil Vidyapeeth Center for Online Learning. Prantik sir, it was really a great session. We all have experienced, live session, and everyone, it was just like a classroom session where all the people were, doing certain activities. So live activity session, we can call it as. Thank you, all of you. We'll likely to see you once again at our institute. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much. God bless.